I say I feel like I'm one more chance to figure this
What are
out.
you trying to do? Make it
I just want to see both of you at the same time, but for some reason today,
in the top right, the little view,
that's where I am.
and it doesn't give you options.
It is, but no matter what I press,
Huh.
Hmm.
I'm not really sure what is going on. I
Sometimes
don't
Zoom
know.
just has a day, you know?
Yeah.
Like I've pressed each little box to show its little thing, but nothing happened. I think, wait, maybe there's something down here. Okay, I'm gonna let it go.
Um, Hi. So I feel very out of the loop because I've been gone for so many weeks. What did you all last talk about?
Not really that much out of the loop because we didn't have a meeting last week.
Yeah.
Right.
And the week before that Sunday, or no, the week before. So there's just the one in between.
Oh yeah.
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 And I don't think we made any big strides on anything during that meeting. I'm trying to remember, what did we talk about? I
Oh,
remember. Do you remember,
um,
Courtney?
no, it was kind of up just the update stuff. And that we talked about some of the like the spreadsheet where we put goals in, but I don't think we had really done well, because I talked to the Studio Fest people at Sundance and it wasn't super helpful. And but I was my task, so I did that. And then I don't know. I sent the blurb and Liz was yeah, I kind of had she was like, I'm getting rid of these tasks. I remember that.
You mean
um
like getting rid of the spreadsheet or just her tasks?
no, just some of her tasks that
Uh-huh.
were like broader, whatever stuff. Because we talked about her doing location scouting because we talked about some of the scheduling and the different budgets that were created for her script.
Mhm.
And I was saying she should find find location options because if she can like walk away at the end of the day, since it's single location, she
Mm.
wins a lot more time, and that is a huge difference for the budget if you get like 2 hours back every day. So I think that was kind of the latest on her thing, was to like look and see if a house like that exists, or at least schedule it, maybe prioritizing that so that, yeah, I think that was the biggest like tangible thing we talked about.
I'm also electing myself to take notes because since I've been
Oh,
the delinquent attendant recently. And Liz isn't here.
fair enough. But yeah, I still need to find a producer. That's my biggest thing. Um, yeah.
I have the spreadsheet open. Shall we start with your check-ins?
Yeah.
I made a spreadsheet. That was my task.
Yeah.
You did?
And I did it. So yay for me. I think I even did write it down, add yourself to the spreadsheet just so I could have something to click off. That's
You
completed.
did. Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
And I said I was traveling, but that we were going to collect notes and have a plan to send out potential producers, which we do.
All right.
Um,
Courtney, did you have anything on there?
I sent blurbs to you and Liz. I just really have to, yeah, I need to like find a producer. I've like talked to some people, but it's like that, weird, like, do you have money? Like, do you? Game. So that's fun. I met with someone Thursday. Yes. who like read it the same day and was like, this is great. Like, what? Because I have a budget. Like, I just made like a loose budget to be like, this is kind of what it could be, and sent it to him. So I guess I'll follow up tomorrow and be like, what do you think of the budget? I don't know. And one of the investors on my first feature is going to Berlinale. I found out to like do the market there. Because he checked in on a time apart, which I finally found some of the freaking music for. So I think we'll actually finish it this month, thank God. And yeah, so I have to write him back, but he has a project that is written for Ireland that he's like going to look for financing on. I'm gonna be like, while you're there, hanging out with people. I'll also send him the script and see if that's helpful. But I don't know. That's just like annoying people and being like, hi guys. Yeah. All right. Naomi, you're applying to the finance women in film thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For you as well.
I think so. Are you just applying as your own producer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I might do that with because my lead producer from my first one, she just had a baby on the 8th, which is crazy. So it's like a funny application to be like, this is about people who are like, should I be a parent? And we're like, she just became a parent. So we're very involved in this community. But yeah, with her as like, I don't know, because she's more of like a producer or like she's produced 2 features in that capacity. So I don't know. I might do that. I guess I have to decide tomorrow officially if I like pay and send it. Yeah.
I'm applying to this veterans year-long television writing
Oh yeah.
program. Even though I said I wasn't writing anymore. But it's always how it goes, 2 steps forward. I was like, oh, well, I mean, sure. Like, why not? You know,
It's a pretty niche program.
it is.
I mean, I don't know how many veterans who want to write television there are, but it seems like you might have better odds than in many other programs.
I mean, yeah, they said they get about 500. I think that's what they said. They get about 500 applicants every year, and they accept 50. So not bad. And
better odds than most of the programs.
Yeah. And they pair you with they pair you with 2 to 3 mentors that are either current showrunners or staff writers, based on the genre that you want to write in. And television is my first love. So it's like, yeah, why not? I have enough unwritten pilots. So there's that. And I decided that this feature, which is a vampire story, is going to take place in Trinidad.
Nice.
Cool.
They have a great tax incentive. I've always wanted to shoot in Trinidad. That's where my family is from. So I've always wanted to shoot something there. And then as I started to think about it, I'm like, well, why not? I didn't know what the industry was. I didn't know if they had industry there, to be honest. So once I started to look into it, I was like, oh, actually, this will be perfect. This will be perfect, but I'm not going to write it. I have to find someone. I have to find someone who is actually born and raised in Trinidad to write it, because I want to bring in more Caribbean aspects and Caribbean lore to the story itself. And I don't feel comfortable, even though I am Caribbean American, I don't feel comfortable actually writing from that perspective.
Oh boy, do I have the person you need to talk to.
Really?
Yes. I'm not 100% sure whether or not she herself is a writer, but she is from Trinidad and is a producer and is starting like a global is a platform for stories of the global Southern diaspora.
Nice.
And is like, she's a powerhouse, and she will definitely know somebody if she's not the right. May I put you in touch with her?
Of course, yes. Yes. Very excited about this story. It's basically like a take on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, except
With vampires.
except they're vampires.
Love.
And of course gay. Of course, I feel like that goes without saying.
Cool.
I think that's it for me. That was my big, moment of triumph, like figuring out where I actually would like to shoot this and
Yeah.
trying to like build around there.
Do they have a film commission that you
They
can?
do.
Cool.
They do. And I was trying to, at first I was looking at all the islands, just pulling on my own, like where I feel like I could have the most amount of connections, which might not necessarily be Trinidad, even though I do have family there, but I have connections in other islands too.
Mhm.
But in the end, Trinidad seemed like the best place to do it. So super excited about it.
Very exciting. Oh, I'm so excited for you to talk to Mika. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, I created a Patreon calculator that can tell you how many subs you need at how many Patreons you need at which level, and how much money that will give you with the taxes and the
Mhm.
fees and
Mhm.
stuff like that. I'll send that to you guys. I don't know how taxes wise, I don't know how accurate it is. I just use like a base
Mhm.
amount, but all the formulas are there to be adjusted
That would be amazing. Thank
as
you.
necessary. So I was like, I need to know what I need
Mhm.
because I want to launch the Patreon next month.
Mhm.
So I had to figure out first how much money do I want to start with and
Mhm.
try to backtrack how many,
Mhm.
Patreons do I want at the beginning for this short film. So I feel like I've settled on a reasonable amount, um which is 20, which is 100 Patreons, but only 25 at each of the 4 levels.
Hmm.
And cutting it right there. And then I will open up more as we go, but I want to limit it to just the first 100. Just because one, it's an easier number to attain. Two, I can control the experience a little more and use it more as a beta test, see what's working, what's not working, what people want, what they don't want.
Mhm.
3, I want to create more of a relationship with those day one folks and give
Mhm.
them some sort of gift, which is going to be a coin of the new logo that's almost done.
Hmm.
So I feel like that's why I settled on 100, and it's also enough to fund the short film at a slower pace than I would like, but with some patience, I could still fund the short film and then try to
Over
build
what
that
period of time?
4 months.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, that's such a cool idea, model.
Oh, I've been thinking about it for years, so hopefully
Yeah.
there have been many, many variations of this idea. So
Oh, hi. Did you come in from outside? And is it very exciting?
Wow, what a good day.
Oh. It's always a good. Okay.
I've also been on the animal shelter websites.
Aw. Actually, honestly, if you are looking for a dog, my friend just found a dog like out in like wandering the street and took her in, and no one's claimed her. There's no chip, there's no like anything. Like it's been maybe a week, maybe more now, and she's just like has this dog that needs a home, but she doesn't want to take her to the shelter because, like, you know, they're already overcrowded. So she's just
Right.
like, I'll just like hope so. But if they think that she might have like escaped from like a hoarder's house or something, because she was like really timid at first, and she's been like teaching her tricks and teaching her to walk on the leash. She has a dog, my friend. So now she just like has this other dog who's just been like hanging out in her apartment for like a week. And she's like, and I reached out, I have a friend who works at a rescue, and they're like, oh, like we can't take this dog on right now, like we're full too. And so she's been trying to find someone, being like, hey, I'll foster and to adopt, but like I need help finding someone to take this dog, like I can't have another dog. So if you actually are interested in a dog and you want to like meet this one, she's seems cool. She's like maybe 13 pounds or something, like she's smallish, and
She's
I don't know.
smallish.
Yeah, I can send you, I think I took screenshots to send my friend who's at the rescue
Yeah, send me
of
some
like my
pictures.
friend's post.
This is going to be amazing if this
That
works.
would be really funny if, yeah, this is, well, I don't know if this is that's her.
Ooh.
Such
Yeah.
a cutie.
Oh my gosh.
And she's, oh yeah, 13 to 15 pounds. But yeah, she's just
Oh.
hanging out at my friend's house.
I feel in pain right
And
now.
she's like young and like learned how to like sit and stay, and
Yeah,
then
I
just like
want a small
playing.
dog. I've been telling myself to wait until the summer. Why are you doing this to me, Courtney?
I mean, I know, I was like, oh, that would be kind of cute. I was like,
Might
I can't
just
have a
be
little dog.
destiny at work here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It might just be. It might. Okay, send me the information, please.
Okay.
I told my mom will be here in a couple of weeks. I told her I was thinking of getting a dog. She was like, "Oh, can you get it before I come?" I'm like, first of all, it's like that's not how it works.
Well, it might be though.
It might be.
Um, well, this is exciting.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give a more extended update on my project.
Yes.
So we're really pumped about this draft, and our director read it, and she's really pumped about it, which is even better because she didn't write it. And so we're going to do a rewrite, but we're also going to start sending it out to producers. And crazily, so most of the film takes place at a nuclear facility on the inside, as you know. And so we were like, we could shoot that anywhere, even though the beginning of the film has to take place in Idaho. And so I was chatting, this schoolmate of mine from college who has since become a producer. I just like met her for coffee, and we were talking about what we were doing, and I explained the project, and she's like, oh my God, I just shot a micro budget film that took place inside of a power plant, and I have this location in New Jersey that like is conducive to a micro budget. And then separately, so she's reading it to see if she maybe wants to produce it. And then separately, somebody else pointed out to me that New Jersey tax credits are bananas. You get 30% back, and it's like way faster than New York. And there's no budget minimum.
Yeah.
New Jersey, who knew?
I know. And I'm launching my Patreon on Wednesday.
Yay.
Nice.
Yeah.
New Jersey would be fun. And then you would just shoot exteriors.
In Idaho, but the great thing is that I'm the only character of the main three characters that are in those scenes is me.
Oh yeah.
So
you could also in theory shoot everything but the exteriors earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have to, yeah.
And I guess this warehouse is in the perimeter of, like, there's some perimeter in New Jersey where you don't have to pay New York actors more to come.
Oh yeah, in the zone.
In the zone, that's right.
We like that. That's cool. Where is it? Do you know?
But she was showing me pictures and it really could pass for a nuclear facility. Like,
Yeah, that's very cool. That is very interesting.
yeah,
And New Jersey's such a weird state.
such
It
a weird.
is a really weird state. It's so weird. But that's cool. Yeah, I need to find a producer because I'm like, I could shoot all my interiors in New Jersey too and shoot like a week exterior literally wherever.
Yeah.
Trinidad, there you go. We can all shoot back to back in a
I was gonna say, if you could figure that out,
Trinidad.
you could figure that out, maybe we could tag team in New Jersey.
I mean, yeah. Well, we should scheme on this.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like a hotel interior can be dressed for any, like it literally doesn't matter. And you can like, yeah.
Well, and this location she has that is the power plant is like one of those old factories that's been converted into an artist's
Oh, cool.
place. So like she
Yeah.
said that it was amazing because all of they could have production offices also in this same build, like everything was just in this building.
That's cool. Is it? Oh, interesting. It's like a studio space, right? Or it looks like an inside of a power plant or both. Like, could you turn it into a hotel room? I wonder.
I mean,
I wonder if we could
probably.
actually like have a set, like if you could like be shooting one while the set's being made on the other, and then just like
Probably.
go from that.
Yeah.
That could.
That would be
cool.
awesome. Can you imagine if we could shoot 2 films in one location?
Yeah, and then keep the same production office.
Mm-hmm.
Without moving all your stuff. Yeah, you could like totally like shoot them back to back and overlap. That could be very cool.
That's exciting.
Okay, well we must scheme further. Yeah.
I feel like a lot has happened, even though at first it felt like nothing much had happened.
Yeah, this call has been very enlightening. I mean, I think I have to figure out my well, yeah, the producer thing, but also just I don't know. I guess, are you going to producers being like, hey, we have to just finance this as well? Or like, I guess I have to do more math on my own, which is very annoying. To be like, if this is shot here with this blah blah blah, like I think I just have to like do some more of I have to be my own UPM and like put stuff together and be like, this is a concrete thing here.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is with micro budget films, you kind of make it for as much as you have too. So I'm doing like total back of the napkin numbers with producers right now. I'm like, we could shoot it for anything between like 100,000 and 375,000.
Yeah, that's fair. Because there's a producer in New York who I've worked with, who, well, he read the first draft of Baby Moon and really liked it, and he's like reading the second one. And yeah, he's like very into, which I was like, you haven't even read the new draft, so I'm glad you're so excited. But he's New York based, so that also could be like yeah, if like we find a way to like be in Jersey and do things back to back, which could be very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Maybe next week or this week I'll scheme more on that and we can scheme together. There's probably savings to overlap some of that stuff as well, which I think if you can go to producers and be like, we have these 2 projects, like they're similar and not in these ways, they could utilize these resources and blah blah blah, then you know, if you're like, it's a 10% savings on like all of this stuff, if like yeah, because then it's like a slate a little bit, which be like, sure.
Well, and they both have the kink element, so like a slightly thematically tied.
Yeah.
Hmm.
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 Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay.
Remind me if you had a time that you're hoping to shoot.
I'll shoot this whenever. I'm good. I also have a few like so yeah, I feel like people are like, I can give you objects, and I'm like, cool, but like also would love a check. But like I know there's some things that like I have a camera package, which is awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got that. Um, yeah, I have to.
Do you think you have a camera package that we could secretly use for 2 movies?
Yeah, well, that's this guy, this producer who I know from like commercial stuff. So like, I'm sure he rents out for crazy money on the commercial things. It's just like, yeah, I just want to like help more filmmakers, and like there should be more female filmmakers. You guys are so much better at communicating. And I'm like, I agree with all of those sentiments. And he's like, yeah, he just like he's like, yeah, take it, use it, whatever. Like I sent him the baby moon deck and stuff, and he's like, yeah, you can like take the camera when like he just like is like everyone just use my stuff, like I bought it and like paid it off and I don't care. And like I own lenses, so I know we can use those if but yeah, he's like, I don't care about this camera. Like really? I was like, well, I would be like take it and like go shoot in Greece for a month. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So he seems, but like he's used it on shorts. Like he like a friend took it to do a micro budget feature in Mexico. So like he was talking about like resources there and stuff. So yeah, I think he genuinely is just like, if you have insurance, like here, shoot on it. Although I know, like I weirdly know quite a few DPs, so I feel like a camera I could probably finagle even if this guy doesn't pan out. Like weirdly make a lot of
He in
camera
New York or
friends.
LA?
Huh?
Is this guy in New York?
He is in LA, but I could travel with a case.
Okay. I'm just gonna close the store because Steve is starting to watch the Super Bowl and it's loud.
Do you have a DP that you normally like to work with?
I do. Yes.
I
Yeah.
have a friend who's a great DP. Actually, she was a DP for oil. And there's this initiative. I wonder, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Chicana something initiative.
Filmmakers. Chicana film.
Chicana Filmmakers Initiative. But we got an enormous light package for free for oil, which is why it looks like it does. But of course, you have to have a Latin or Latinx person.
My director's Latina.
Then you might be able to get a really awesome light package through that grant.
Hmm.
This is also really exciting because my director, you know her, Catherine Eaton.
Her name sounds so familiar, and I feel like maybe we're in similar like network but I don't think I actually know her in real life.
Okay, anyway, she teaches screenwriting at Harvard and got this grant from Harvard to like do this whole thing around collective genius and like how mediums like film can tap into collective genius in a different way than like the sole auteur idea.
Okay.
And so cool. So before she was going to direct this film, she was pitching me on this idea of wanting to pair 2 films back to back. So she was pitching me with, I know, I had to put this together.
Yeah.
She was pitching me one of her films in Hammond Castle, but she had this whole idea about how how amazing it could be if you took this collective genius idea across 2 films. So like I think she would be pumped about this idea.
Yeah, I mean I'm down to like look at stuff on my side and figure out like the logistical aspects and stuff of that if you want to like have a call to be like, okay, here's like what concretely we could propose.
Okay.
Because also having like a producer team would be a cool, like you could have like more resources because it with the overlap, because they're
Yeah.
also both like pretty simple to pretty. It's not like one is dealing with like pyrotechnic permitting or whatever, and the other's like in a house. They're like both similar scale.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'd also have like a connect to some of the like New York or like indie like filmmaker scene a little bit too that I can like investigate more too. And we can talk about
Yeah.
that. I
And
mean, I
I
guess you were in
definitely,
New York before too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I have, that's the scene I'm plugged into, which would be helpful to shoot near there.
Yeah.
Well, this is intriguing.
Yes. That's very interesting. Okay. Cool.
Great.
Maybe we can set up a call next week and be like,
I'll make myself a note to email you about that.
yay.
God, this
Cool.
is like really, this call is killing it. Alicia's gonna get a dog. Courtney and I
Everything
together. What else do we need to solve?
I mean, I think
I literally just picked up my phone so I could be like, did she send me the email about the dog before we go?
I did, and it's
That's what
called
I was
dog.
literally doing at that
I
moment when you
texted
said
my
that.
friend too, being like, "Hey, so a friend is looking for a dog and just happened to mention it on a call." So, yeah, that would be crazy if that works out.
I would be so excited. Also, I am going to be in LA next Sunday.
What? Just for the day?
Well, for 3 days, but
Okay.
relevant to our call on Sunday. So,
Oh, yes.
uh, so I'm wondering if maybe we could meet up for dinner instead of.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Maybe you and I can meet up before the dinner a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh great. Yeah, I'll meet you
like
tonight.
stuff. We can like look at the same spreadsheet
Oh my
next to each
God.
other.
Yeah.
Dreams come true. It's perfect.
Oh, seeing people in physical space.
Yay. That's awesome.
Great. I'll email Liz about that. I know I think she might be a little COVID worried because of pregnancy, but we'll see.
Yeah, we can find a place outside too.
Mm-hmm.
The advantage of LA. I was like,
I know. I was like, oh, right.
nice.
There isn't 7 feet of snow there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, it's so cold this weekend. I looked at my phone, it was like 58 degrees. What the hell's wrong with me?
I only turned my heat off maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
did yesterday, but I turned it back on like right before going to bed. I have a little space heater thing. So I was like, it actually is cold. It was like 40 something. I think it's the temperature change that like messes with you because it's like it's actually cold at night.
It is.
I mean,
And
it's
if
not
you
like
live in an old
below freezing,
building,
like
it's
Idaho.
even colder.
Yeah. No, but I feel that way. I always get surprised by how cold it is at night when I'm in LA.
Yeah. I know. I feel like East Coast or like I used to be the same. I was like, oh, I'm from the East Coast, like whatever. But like it is actually like cold
No.
at night.
You
People
live
try to be like, I'm tough. I'm from the East Coast. And I'm like, you're probably freezing. Like you're not proving anything to anyone. Put a coat on. Like it's fine. Don't wear shorts to dinner. That's stupid.
I have some useful sales intel from Sundance that I think is relevant to this endeavor, if you would like.
Yes.
So without divulging any proprietary numbers, these sales out of Sundance were fucking horrible. Like catastrophically horrible. And films sold, although there are multiple films with A-list stars that do not have a single offer.
Wow.
From the festival, our film sold, other films sold, but the numbers were like fractions of what they have been other years, which I think is great for us because literally every like financing company, every production company is having a come to Jesus moment right now. And they are all realizing that they're gonna have to make micro budget films, and micro budget thriller and horror is gonna be like,
Yeah. And there's a writer's strike probably happening this
and
year,
there's probably a writer's strike
which
happening.
is why we should shoot this summer because actors will be bored and not working. So,
Well, that's a very interesting point.
yeah. So, you know, June, July. Also, post workflow could be overlap too,
Uh-huh.
because like could have the same AE across. I don't know. So much. Sorry, I was just like, because you know you could have like a cut and then just add like throw in the exterior stuff.
Yeah.
I really want y'all to document like every single step of this
Yeah.
process.
I mean, it's cool. Like it makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
I mean, I feel like that's what the old school, what like a lot of like collective whatever, or it's like you kind of bundle things in a slate that way to save money, like not just to be like, let's have more stuff. Like there's definitely also I feel like the marathon of feature make, because a lot of times people are like on like a thing and then not on something, so like having like that machine already kind of like running, I feel like across to the momentum on both sort of like stays at a more a steadier level, I guess, because you're just like in that mindset. And people are like, I have 2 jobs back to back and aren't like checked out the last week, like all on their phone looking for more work, which like as an AD, I have noticed the pattern. Like especially spring features, we are like, oh, everyone's like hitting up all their commercial contacts and not really paying attention. So yeah. Anxious cruise. We like this. Oh, also might have a catering crafty hookup situation if we're in the zone too. Because my like lead financiers for the first one are a New York based like crafty kind of like that's what they actually do. They just were like, we want to produce features. So yeah, but I couldn't take advantage of that when I was abroad, but could definitely, even if it was like, you don't have to give us money if you could do some kind of income, whatever, like work something out. But I could reach out to one of the producers there. Could be cool.
Well, this sounds amazing.
Yeah. Yay. Okay, cool.
I'm very excited.
And you can come too.
Yeah. Come work on these.
I'm gonna tag along.
Bring the dog.
Bring the dog that you have already adopted for me.
Great.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, anything else, or should we do our ending checkouts here?
I guess, yeah. I am curious what this like buyer situation, I don't know. It's scary as someone who works in product, because it's definitely a slower year already. And like I was on a job for Microsoft where they pulled budgets and that job went away, and I was like, oh, Microsoft's worried about money. That's not good for 2023. I was like, I should learn to code or something. Like should I be worried? Like February is usually slow, but I was like, oh man, if they're worried about money, I should be worried about money. Like, oh my God, what is this year? So I don't know, or the things will just get like more even across the board and be less. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, especially if there's a strike. But I'm down for my more manageable features.
Yeah. I don't know I mean, I've certainly never experienced a time from the vantage point I'm at where everyone I'm talking to is like completely rethinking their business strategy because of what happened at Sundance.
I haven't seen
I'm
anything
like
either. Yeah.
I've been telling you this was gonna happen.
late stage capitalism. It's
gonna implode.
it's happening. It's so crazy. Yeah. My
The
sister's a
glee
brand
is
manager and
hilarious
she
to
was
me.
talking about that too. She's like, yeah, everything's just saturated. You literally can't do anything. But she's like, I pretty much checked out at this point. Like, what am I gonna do? I was like, great. You have like an MBA. Like, what's going on in the world?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all coming down.
Like,
That's what I mean. I say that with great glee.
all right, so what are we
Okay, so
getting
let's
done
hop
for
over
next
to our
week?
Yeah, our
Cheat
little spreadsheets. Okay, I'm gonna look at my budget and do like a how we could share things we could get if we do this Jersey partial setup.
Okay. And I have an accountant, by the way, who can do our tax credit.
Oh, hey, we like that. I do not have an accountant. I am my accountant.
I mean, me too.
Actually, that's not true. I do have an accountant. I lied, but I don't think she knows how to do tax credits.
Okay. I'm gonna launch, and we're inputting our own into the spreadsheet, right? I'm not writing yours down.
Yeah, I'll put mine in my little box.
Okay, I'm gonna launch the Patreon. I'm going to have a conversation with Courtney about teaming up. I'm going to begin our next rewrite and do producer outreach. Continue producer outreach. Gonna be a big week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's good. It'll distract me from the spiraling of. I started writing another script actually because I was like, so we'll do 3 back to just kidding. But yeah, just like there's like no production work going on. So I just go between like spiraling of like, I'll never work again to like, okay, if I just focus on the things I can control, I will stop spiraling. So I've been really productive in a very crazed way. So this is great. Make another spreadsheet.
Hey, Courtney, will you send me your short film link so that I can send it to Christian and Catherine to
Rehearsal?
begin introducing this idea.
Yes.
And Alicia is going to.
I am going to polish this script for the short. I am going to do some development work on the podcast, which is going to be the first offering for the Patreon. So I want to get that at least all the basics in and figure out. I know who my first couple of guests are going to be, but figure out who the rest will be. So, because I don't want to do like an every week podcast. I also don't want to do a never ending, like, oh, we do a podcast every week until we die. No. So it's going to have seasons because because I need time. So yeah, figuring out like how many episodes do I want to be in this first season and organizing it and all that stuff.
Cool.
So not finishing that, but getting started on it at least.
Cool. Great. Well,
right.
I'm pumped.
Yeah. Cool.
Onwards. Enjoy the Super Bowl.
I will.
Oh,
I
yeah.
weirdly do. It's the only sports game I watch all year, but I love it.
Yeah. Enjoy Rihanna. I mean,
yeah.
If there's any reason to watch the Super Bowl, it's that.
Certainly it's Rihanna. Yeah. Okay.
All right, y'all. Bye.